Hey guys, what's going on? What's up? And welcome back to the channel. Well, tonight I think is finally going to bring an end to the AirDog install. Let me explain just a little bit before I move on. Yeah, this has been 3 videos long, and each video has been right around 15 to 20 minutes. When I get home from work, I get off at 5:30, and by the time I get home, eat supper, and get outside, it's right around 6:30-ish. So this time of year, that only gives me about an hour to 2 hours of daylight maximum. My trucks don't fit in the garage. I don't have a fancy shop, so everything is done, right out here via driveway. If I do have something, I can pull into the garage, but I can't put my door down and stay warm. So anyway, that's why this video has been spread out within 3 videos, and I wanted to go as in-depth as possible to show everything that I could without it getting too boring. So in reality, this really should only take you about 4 to 5 hours. So if you count the first night, an hour and a half to 2 hours, last night an hour and a half to 2 hours, so you're at 3 to 4 hours, and then tonight another 2 hours, hour and a half. So you're right around 5 to 7 hours to do this install. Now granted, mine is very, very simple because I don't have to take my tank down because my bed's off. If you're doing a sump, you don't have to take your tank down because you're going into the bottom. So I wanted to get in depth as possible, and that's the reason why this is spread out within 3 videos. Otherwise it would be very, very long, or I would have to cut a lot of the stuff out, especially last night with doing the sending unit inside the tank, doing the draw straw inside there. That was just the best way that I thought about doing it, and I wanted to make sure that it was covered the best with it to my ability. So anyway, let's quit talking and get working and try and get this thing fired back up under the AirDog power. So first off, there's a couple of different places I can start. I can start here by doing these plumbings and then working forward. So the only thing that's left is running the hoses and running my wiring. And then up here under the hood, that banjo fitting right there has to come off, and that's where the new AirDog fitting will go for your push locks. Alright, at this point, this should be all you have left in your box would be your hose. The remainder of your fittings, except for this one. This does not come with the kit. This is something totally non-related, but is related. And your wiring harness. On the wiring harness, it has a couple of things here that is not going to be used in my application. It has a low pressure gauge that you can put on there, and then these are the leads that go up to put a light on your dash. That is going to get taken out, and then as is this one, and I'm going to go ahead and strip those out of the harness itself, so I don't have to worry about capping them off, taping them off, what have you. And it'll give me a good time to do that because it started raining as I got things set up. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and undo this harness, take these out of the scenario, both of them, and put the harness back together. Alright, after everything is unmasked, here is the indicator lights. That goes up and is in this, I'm not sure what these are called. I've never saw them before. I'm gonna have to look them up because they look pretty neat. I like them. So what I'm gonna do is just go in there and actually clip that off, and then this wire goes clear down to the end of the harness where it plugs into the pump itself. Right there, like so. And then all we need to do is actually clip this ground right here, like that, and untape this, and then everything will come out of there. Alright, now that the rain has stopped, we're going to start right here and just move forward. Get you some oil, just a little bit of clean oil, and put on fittings like that. It'll just help them slide in that hose a lot easier. And you want to make sure and get them all the way on. And you can start here on this fitting and work yourself around. So that one will slide on there like that. You take your next one and you put it back here on the back side of your AirDog, and then you'll run your return with this 90 up here, and now it'll get routed up and through to the factory feed on your sending unit. One thing I just noticed, you're going to want to put your engine feed on first. If you put this return on first, like so, because they're close together, they don't pass by each other. If you can see that just like that. So this one here sits closer to the plate of the pump. So you're gonna wanna make sure and put your engine feed on before you put your pump return on. So we'll just grab the other end of the hose and start with it and go forward. All right, I have everything hooked up so far. I pulled this back just a little bit. That way it's got a nice loop. I can still access my port right here that I need to. The fuel line goes in between the frame and the fuel tank there, and the electrical goes up there, and they both meet on the other side. There just wasn't enough room to sneak everything in between there. These returns are in. I still have room to get in here to my mess of a wiring harness that I need to do yet before I put my bed back on. And then on the inside of the frame rail right there, there is some brake line, the fuel feed, and the fuel return. I did not zip tie anything to the fuel feed or the fuel return. I'm sorry, the fuel feed, because I want to pull that out of there. But everything is nice and tucked up under on the back side of the frame rail, like so, going clear up to the engine compartment up there. So everything is just tucked away on those lines, like I said. As you get dizzy as you go upside down. Do you guys feel like you're on a roller coaster? And the last thing left to do is take that banjo fitting out and put in my AirDog fitting, and then cut this off appropriately. I want to leave it just a little bit long yet because I'm not sure how I'm going to route things, and I forgot to order a fuel filter delete kit. When you wire this up, I have the relay up here on the firewall, and then your battery leads will go here. And then on the back side of the third gens, right on the back side of that filter housing, right there is a plug, and that's where the lift pump is on the 0304 only, I believe, because this truck here is an 03 common rail, but it has a second gen focus. It has a second gen sending unit in it, a second gen style sending unit like it was in my 02. So like I said, this is an 03. They went to the common rail, but they kept some of the same characteristics. They brought the fuel pump or the lift pump from the side of the tank that was standalone, and then married it with the back of the filter housing. It does come off if you have to change your pump on these and you want to stick with factory. You can take that off and put a new one on. It has the push locks just like what your AirDog comes with, and then that plugs into this portion of your AirDog harness. So right now I just want to get that taken out. That's a 17 millimeter. Get that fitting put in and purge the system. All right, once again, under the darkness, believe we have everything ready to purge the system. When you first fire your system up, you turn the key on, it should run. Bump it, it should run for like 30 seconds. 20 seconds, something like that. Have your filter cracked until you hear the sound change and fuel start coming out. Tighten it up, and then I like to leave my fitting off up there until I actually see fuel coming out. That way I know there's fuel throughout the whole line all the way through, and then I'll go ahead and slide it over the fitting. So right now let's try and see if we can't fire this system up. Alright, AirDog install is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series. I do apologize that it has taken 3 videos to put this in, but like I explained in the beginning of the video, it really only is about probably a 5 to 6 hour job. I only have about an hour and a half to 2 hours each night after work, after I eat supper, before it gets dark, because my truck doesn't fit in the shop, and there. So, like I said, it's not a bad job. The worst part of the job for me, I really think, is doing the sending unit, the fuel tube pickup. You know, putting that draw straw in there. That's the worst part of this installation. So, guys, I do appreciate you watching very, very much. A huge shout out to AirDog. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, everyone, each and every one of you over there. Thanks for your awesome customer service. You guys kill it over there, and I look forward to seeing everybody at PRI in December for a great time. So anyway, guys, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so. Check out AirDog, link in the description, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.